And that was the next step for you, is you got into teachers college, became a teacher, then you became a principal. But at the same time too, you were very active in the community. You know, you sat on several boards. You were on the initial Toronto well, it's changed now, with Caravana board when you guys did the planning back in 1967, National Urban Race Relations. But it led to one thing. Was there one thing that led you to decide, out of all the things you were doing, to enter politics? Why did you decide to throw your hat in that arena? Because at that point, there wasn't many Black people federally. So what made you decide to do it?
Well, I think it's important for me to do the Sankofa thing, and that is look back. Toronto in the 1960, 61, 62 was a different place to the Toronto of today. We had no Charter of Rights and Freedom, and that didn't come till 1982 with Section 15 that says you can't discriminate on the basis of whatever. We didn't have that at the time. We didn't have any Human Rights Commission as we know it today. So you had no place to go and complain when there were things that were done. We had no Landlord and Tenant Act, so that the landlord could say it's for rent but not to you, and can get away with that because you had no complaints procedures and you had nothing that said this is a behavior the landlord should use. We had no police community relations. The police were investigating themselves. The police was actually we had a police force where you had to have a certain weight and height and whatnot to be a policeman. And I say policeman at the time. We had no school board talking to parents about their children and school trustees that were interacting with community. I could go on and on and on. The point I'm making here is that in the early 60s, the social climate, the issues around social justice, we could not find Black faces reading the news in television or in any place. There were no models out there. The department stores that were sending brochures to your house, back to school or wherever, you didn't have the face of any person that looked like you. The foods in the restaurants and other places did not have anything specific to you. And even trying to buy things, and I jokingly say this, like face powder or the right shade of stockings, or something like getting, some image that one can give to one children, like a black doll or something like. I mean, those were things that were not in the system. And so very early, when I came into the system, remember I came from Grenada, where I had been interacting with CIO, Catholic Youth Organization, with community groups, with church, all kinds of stuff. So I was looking for a way to interact, to belong, to participate. And so I fell in with all the activists at the time, people who were doing things, protesting. And I said to someone the other day, Toronto is quiet now. There used to be a march every weekend. We were marching, we were protesting, we were writing, we were making placards, we were doing different things, because what we were trying to do was make the system just and fair, and to ensure the how about us. And so when 1971, the Multicultural Act, the Multicultural Canada stepped out as the first country in the world to say we are a multicultural, multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-religious society. We were there ensuring our presence. And so working throughout and participating and engaging had to be the way that we had to go. We had to get out there. We had to be part of what was happening. We had to respond to white paper and green paper and whatever the government was putting out at the time. And so I became very much an activist and an advocate for certain issues, etc.
Arabian vibration.